See, in BGP, the network command that we use to advertise will not run BGP on that interface. What does that mean? In other protocols, the network command not only advertises, it also runs the protocol on those interfaces where those networks are. For example, OSPF. If you go under OSPF and say network 11000, then OSPF will start running on F00. That's not the case with BGP. BGP network command is only meant for advertisement, not for neighborship. That's why we are configuring neighbors manually. I have already configured neighbors between R1 and R2 using loopback. That you can see it here. Show IP BGP summary. Router 1 and router 2 are neighbors. And from router 2 I also learned one prefix. Let's see what is that prefix. Show IP BGP. This is that prefix. 22, 22, 22, 22. Now let me go to router 2 and add some more networks of 22. I have on router 2 loop back 22 with address 22, 22, 22, 22. Now I'm going to add some more loopback interfaces. Loop back 23, 22, 22, 22, 23. And loop 24, 22, 22, 22, 24. All right, let me go and configure those loopbacks. 22, 22, 22, 23. Twenty-four, 24. Done. Now, if I need to advertise these three networks, two ways. I can advertise all three, and router 1 will show you all three like this. Router BGP 20, network, mask, the actual mask, and then network. Now if you go and check R1, you have learned, wait, or one more should come. Why didn't come? 23 will come. Why 23? Didn't I configure 23? Yes, I have configured. Oh no, what I did, on 24 itself I put 23. No, 23 is 23. Why then? Show IP BGP. Yeah, here it is advertising 22, 23, 24. Then R1 should know by now. Okay, it has come now. It took some time. That's it. Okay, now you see. This is one way. Show IP route BGP. You have three routes. We have advertised the actual mask 32 from router 2, and router 1 has learned with 32 mask. This is only 3 network simulated environment. In the real world, sometimes it will be 3 lakhs, 3 million. Are you going to advertise 3 million route update? The update packet will be big. Bandwidth consumption will be big. The process utilized to process them and use them will be big. We can avoid it in two ways. One, we can advertise a summary route from router 2 instead of detailed routes. How? Let me show you how. This one is not the topic which I have covered so far. The one which I am going to show you is summarization in BGP. Summarization in BGP. That is not the one which we learned in the theory class, network command. I'll come to that one next. Whatever you have learned in the previous class, I'll come to that next. I'm just trying to use these three things which we have already advertised. I am going to this time summarize this, and instead of sending this 3, I'm going to send only 1. Maybe 22.000/8 or however you want, but I want to send only 1 update instead of 3 update. How do we do that? This is how we do. Router BGP 20 aggregate address 22, let's say I want to advertise /16 00 255.255.00 summary only. That's it. How easy it is to do summarization, you see. I'm saying you are advertising only the summary. As a result, show IPBGP. You can see additionally another summary route got added here, and the other 3 are suppressed. Now if I go to router 1, I will see the summary only. You will be able to ping all those things with the benefit of single line of update. Alright, this is one way, a summarization way to reduce the amount of update and to reduce the size of routing table in the receiving router and the processor. Now, going back to our theory class demo. Listen carefully, there's a big difference. You should not get confused. I'm going to remove those advertisement we did earlier. I remove it completely because I do not want to advertise these detailed routes. I am also going to remove that aggregate command. See, I cancelled all that I configured. Now, I am going to bring the same route, the summary route, again by following another method. Wait, this I have to time out. I have already removed. What I can do is I can say clear now go to router 1 and check it should be removed. Come on. I'll do a hard reset. Okay, the neighbor went down and came back again. Router 1 should not see any route now. No route. Because router 2 is not advertising any of them. Not advertising. But I would like to receive the same summary route like this, but through advertisement, not through summarization, not by using aggregation command. How to do that? Listen carefully. If BGP need to advertise a network, if you want this type of network to be advertised by BGP on R2, there is a need for a route in a routing table that I am going to create. IP route, pointing towards a null zero interface. Why I put null zero interface? I do not want to point to loopback 22. If I put loopback 22 here, then loopback 23 and 24, which is also having 22.22, 22.22, will have issue. Loop will be formed. This 22.22/16 is common for loopback 22, 23, and 24. I hope you understood that. So we need to put one common interface, that is what null interface. Now this brings the route in the routing table. You can check that. Do show IP route. You can see that route which I just wrote. This you can advertise now. Router BGP 20, network 22.22.00, mask 255.255.00. Because this mask is matching here, it will advertise it. It advertises it. As a result, you get the same output like before, but not because of aggregation, because of advertisement. Same result, but no aggregation. I did not advertise 3 network there, no suppression there, no unnecessary CPU there. And I can still ping that same 3 networks like before. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay then.